Welcome to 100 Days of Trailhead, where the tech community comes to learn Salesforce, learn tech, get inspired, and invest in ourselves. We are your trail guides, here to support you on your learning journey. We release videos weekly. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a video. In the description below, you can find links for everything we mention in this video, as well as books and resources we found useful. Visit our blog, 100daysoftrailhead.com, for other helpful Salesforce and tech content. Lightning flows are a critical Salesforce skill. Today we are talking with Steven Spencer, and he will show us how to track projects with Lightning Flow. Lightning flows are becoming so important in the development process for configuration development or programmatic development. In this video, Steven Spencer explores Lightning flows. Steven Spencer is a senior solution architect at Lev. Your quest, should you choose to take it, is to journey with us to learn more about Lightning flows. Your quest begins now.
Hi, I'm Steven Spencer. I'm a senior solution architect at Lev, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips that can help you while you're building your Lightning flows. So we're going to start off by creating a new screen flow. We'll go into the flow screen and we'll click new flow. Here we will select a screen flow. We're going to do a freeform flow today. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drag a get element onto the screen. Get count. We'll say we're going to get the accounts where the ID equals our new variable, which should be record ID. We'll make this visible from, so you get input data into it, click done, and now this get element is done. Connect it to the start. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a decision step, because one thing that you should always do after you have a get record element is throw in a decision step just so you verify that the get element actually returned data. So we'll say get count is null equals false. The next thing we'll do is add our string component. So we'll drop our text box in, call this project title. Now we can decide if we're going to make this a required field. We'll leave it as a required field for now. Date. With we'll make this a record choice set. And we'll say we only want to return contacts where the account ID equals the record ID. make the label the person's full name. Data type will be text, and we will return the contact ID. Add project value. Add a text box for project details. So now we have created our spring element. We have connected. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our record type. So the reason why we're going to do a lookup for the record type is because you never want to hardcode values inside of a flow. One reason that you don't want to do that is because when you're promoting your flows from environment to environment, that ID could change. Now that we have that, we'll drag our get element in. And we'll say that we want to get the record type where the name equals the record type in the project object. And we shall connect those. And then like we did before, we'll add a decision to make sure that it returns something. We'll connect it. And now we can add our assignment. We'll create a new variable for it. So our first thing we'll do is say project start date is going to equal the start date from the string component. Before we just start adding in the different variables from the string component. So project title equals project title from the string component. So the account equals record ID. Traffic can equal the context from the string component. The type is going to equal the record type from our function, from our get record type function. And we'll leave a blank one for the ID. We'll click done and we'll connect it. Now we will bring in our create and we'll create our project there. And we'll click done. Then we'll connect it. And save the work and name it. And the one thing that we want to make sure that we do is debug it. So debugging is basically we're just going to test to make sure this works. So we'll click debug. Inside debug, you can run as another user. So you can run it as the users that you plan on allowing one to use this flow. But the only way you'll be able to do that is if you go to your process automation settings. You have to enable this or let admins debug flows at other users. You have to make sure that this is enabled. Right now, we'll grab a record so we can test. Run it, and as you can see, our fields are there. In this project, we'll assign it a start date of 11th. All the contacts that are related to that account have already been pulled in. So if there's more than one, it will show up here in this pick list. Give it a project value of, and for the details, new spell project, the project work, and we'll click next. And then on the right hand side of the screen, you can trace to see what happened at every step. So the first step, it did the account lookup to see if the records are found. After the second step, it verified to make sure that we actually returned something. As you can see, because there's an ID there, it returned something. Then through the flow, you can see all of the values that you entered. See where the flow went to look to see what the record type ID was for it, and the decision step to verify that a record type ID was returned. The assignments of the values to the project variable, and then the last step was the creation of the actual project record. So one other thing that you can do inside of a screen flow, so instead of creating multiple screens, what you can sometimes do is you can go in and you can say that you can display these fields dynamically, where you can say that I only want to show this field when a certain condition is met. So if the project title is a certain value, you can say then I want to show the start date, or if the project value is not null, then show a certain field. You can also do the exact same thing with this entire flow when you embed it into your Lightning record page. But you can only embed a flow into a Lightning record page once that flow has been activated. So we'll embed the flow in the record page. Use project creation. And we're going to select this so that we can pass a record ID into the record ID variable inside of the flow. Once we do that, save it. And we've saved it. We've now embedded this flow into the Lightning record page.
And with that, we're at the end. What business case have you used Flow to solve? Comment below. We would love to hear what video topics you want us to cover in future videos in the comments as well. If you've made it to this point, we want to take an opportunity to say thank you. Since you stayed with us, here's a bonus. Many people expect Flow to replace Workflow and Process Builder, so understanding Flow and how to build with it as an admin or developer is a critical skill. Thank you for spending time with us. Please like and subscribe to our channel because we share weekly content to support your tech and Salesforce learning journey. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss a new video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on 100daysoftrailhead.com, all of which are listed below. Thank you for learning with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.